Hi guys, Paul here. You might have noticed we haven't put out any videos for a few days. Unfortunately, Luke hasn't been able to record, so I'm going to be covering his videos just till the end of the season, probably just doing the reviews. We'll see how it goes, but don't worry, he will be back. I'm just going to be covering him for now. Right, so let's do our review of the last game at the Boleyn against Manchester United. I didn't go to the game, unfortunately, so I was just watching on Sky. They did a good build-up, really good build-up actually, with the Boys of the Boleyn programme that was on before it. That was good to see. It was interesting, probably more interesting for the older generation of fans, but still, even as a younger generation. It's important to see the past and to see the history, so that was good to watch. Also, they interviewed a few ex-players before kick-off, Anton Ferdinand, Teddy Sheringham, ones that spring to mind, so it was nice to see them, nice to hear from them as well. Yeah, and it was good. It was a good build-up. It really did a good job of getting you in the mood for the game. Obviously, the main thing that's in all the papers today is the coach attack. It's in all the papers. It seems like, to me, it's being blown massively out of proportion. Obviously I wasn't there, but I spoke to people that were there, and to be honest, it seems like it was mainly a few bottles of water, a couple of cans of beer, and it was, I think, a pint glass. Someone threw a pint glass, and that's what smashed didn't actually break the window of the coach. It's like a plastic covering over the window. It broke that, so it didn't actually go through the window or nothing like that. Don't get me wrong, I'm not condoning that kind of behaviour. I think the people that did it were stupid to be doing that. There's no need for that. It's not the sort of thing you want to see. But people have been drinking all day, getting carried away with the atmosphere. So it's understandable. I don't condone it. I think it was wrong. I think they're stupid. The people that did do it are probably going to get banned, and rightly so. But I mean, it wasn't as bad as it's being made out to be. And also, I think some blame has to go to Man United and to the police as well. I mean, everyone knew what it was going to be like. It was the last game at the ground. Looking at pictures again, I wasn't there, but looking at pictures, like thousands of people around the ground in the general area, on the Barking Road and Green Street. It's not like this was unexpected. It was obvious this was going to happen. It was obvious there was going to be big crowds. So, like as David Sullivan said, why did they not? They could have turned up. Man United could have got to the ground at 4 o'clock. They could have got to the ground at 4 o'clock, got in one of the rooms there. They could have done their preparations in the ground. It wouldn't have been a problem. But they didn't. They decided to leave it late. And also, why the police thought it would be a good idea to bring the team down Green Street at that time, so close to kick-off. Again, they knew what it was going to be like. They knew it was going to be crowds like that. So, I think the police really should have made them arrive earlier. They should have said to them, no, you need to get here earlier. So, yeah, that was a shame to see. And it's a shame, really, that that's what's in a lot of the papers this morning and today, rather than talking about, obviously, it was the last game, fantastic result as well. Rather than talking about that, it's been, some of the shine's been taken off that in the general public's eye. Do you know what I mean? West Ham get enough hate as it is, moving to the stadium and all the rest of it. That's the last thing we need is any more. But saying that, the atmosphere looked unbelievable. It looked incredible. I wish I was there. I really do. Obviously, Luke and Lee, they were there. They were sending pictures and videos, making me jealous. Yeah, it looked incredible. So it would have been fantastic to experience that. I'm glad that I wasn't there. I had to watch at home. Anyway, on to the game. So, looking at the lineups, we lined up the same as against Swansea, except Sacco came in on the right for Moses, which was good to see. I don't think Moses should have started against Swansea. Sacco did much more when he came on, so yeah, it was good to see him start. Wasn't pleased to see Antonio at right back again, though. He's so wasted there. He really is. Especially now, it seems that teams are starting to target, that side of the pitch. Most of Swansea's attacks and their goals came down that side, getting in behind Antonio. He's not a right back, I don't blame him at all. He's not a right back. He's probably our best winger, so he is so wasted in that right back position. But I guess we're going to have to put up with it now until the end of the season. Hopefully Byron will come back into the team next year, and we'll be able to push Antonio further forward, because he's a fantastic winger. He's not a defender. He is wasted there. Man United had a few players out. Fellaini, Schweinsteiger, Carrick was on the bench. Them three in particular, they've all caused us problems in the past. So it's quite a relief that they weren't playing. Fellaini in particular, he bullies teams. Last time we played him, he bullied the midfield. So I was pleased to see him out. But they still had a dangerous team. Martial, Rashford, Rooney, all in their front five. So still a dangerous team. We started fantastically, really, really high tempo. We came flying out of blocks. The crowd was up for it, singing straight from the start, and I think that lifted the players at the start. The energy levels were fantastic. We were chasing, closing down. We were everywhere, all over the pitch. We really came out flying. And in the 10th minute, it paid off. Sakho gave us the lead. It was a poor clearance to Chiarte. Cresswell then played in Lanzini, a lovely ball in behind for Lanzini to run onto, and he cut it across the box, fell to Sakho. I think Sakho actually did really well, because it sort of came behind him. He had to take a couple of steps back, hooked it into the corner. It took a deflection on the way through, but hooked it into the corner. Fantastic start. We're 1-0 up, dreamland. Couldn't have asked for a better start. We had so many chances in the first half, though. 20th minute, Carroll had a chance. This was such a big chance, and it was, watching it on telly, they were just talking about Carroll's chances of playing for England just as he got through, and he picked the worst time to fluff it. He literally cleaned through acres of space, one-on-one with De Gea. I think he panicked a bit. He seems to be a player that, if he's working on reflex, he's great, but when he has to think about what he's going to do, I don't know, I think he panicked. He didn't really know what to do with it. He ended up he didn't really kick the ball cleanly. His feet seemed to get a bit tangled, ended up kicking it straight to De Gea. Massive chance. Really should have scored that. And yes, Andy Carroll's been fantastic the last few weeks. He really has. He's been incredible, but that's situations like that. That's the difference between a good striker and a top striker. If we're going in this summer and we're going to pay 30 million, say, for Lacazette, that's going in the back of the net. Do you know what I mean? That's a goal. That's the difference. That's where we need to improve. Literally a minute later, the ball went out for a corner. Pai put it in. It looked like he overhit the corner, actually. It came to Noble at the other side of the box, who's whipped it back in. Went flying up, looped up in the air, flying, dropped to Antonio. Antonio's managed to put it in the back of the net. I went crazy, thought it was 2-0. Everyone thought it was 2-0, but no, wasn't to be. The linesman had his flag up, pointing to the corner flag. Unfortunately, it deflected off one of the defenders, looped out of play, come back in. So, unfortunately, that one was ruled out. The 31st minute, Pai had a chance. I think it was Smalling was caught on the ball. Noble took the ball off him, and we had a 3-on-1 break, or 3-on-2 breakaway. Noble played the ball into Pai, and now you're thinking, if there's any player on the pitch you want this chance to fall to, it's Dimitri Pai. Looks up, takes it inside. You think, right, this is it. He's just going to whip this into the corner. No, I think the ball maybe took a bounce, so it bobbled up before it went flying into the stands. And it was another chance wasted. And then it was at this point I started to think, we need to make these chances count. If we don't convert these chances, we're going to regret it. We ain't going to be able to keep this up all game. In the 41st minute, another ball from Pai, whipped in the corner. Sakho had a free header. He got up well, but he couldn't really get over it. It was a good chance. Maybe he should have done better. That was, again, another chance gone begging. And like I say, I was thinking we need to make the most of these chances. It was half time. We started fantastically, so much energy, pressing really well. Started so fast. We looked sharp. We looked brilliant. And we created so many chances, but we didn't convert them. We only managed to get the one goal. And at half time, I was thinking, we might regret not taking those chances. I think in that first half, Noble, Cresswell, Kouyaté, they were all fantastic. Kouyaté with more of a holding role last night. He was basically just sitting in front of the back four, giving a bit of protection, probably because where our defence had been exposed against Swansea, especially down that right-hand side. Kouyaté was there just to give a bit of protection to the back four, did a fantastic job. So we came out second half, no changes. We didn't start as well as you'd expect, not quite the same energy. Man United started getting, really from the start of the second half and the end of the first half, Man United were getting more on the ball. And in the 51st minute, they managed to equalise. It was a long ball over the top to Rashford. He played in matter, went past Ogbonna too easily, really. I think Ogbonna should have done more to stop the cross coming in. He just squared it across the goal, and Martial had a tap in. It was poor defending. They didn't cover the runs into the box. Antonio was left exposed at right back. I don't think, at first I sort of blamed him, but I don't think it was really his fault. He had two players to try and cover. He's not a defender. I don't think he really knows where to go, whether to go or drop off, or what player to cover. Poor defending all round, and it was an easy tap in, and it was 1-1. 5 minutes later, Payet, again, his delivery was actually really good yesterday. Payet played his free kick, beautiful free kick, curled into the box, went past everyone. It fell to Sacco at the far post. Acres of space, nobody near him. And I don't think he knew what to do. I don't think he knew whether to head it or kick it or what to do with it. In the end, the ball sort of hit him in the shoulder, bounced over the bar. Fantastic chance. Should have been 2-1. It really should have been. That was a fantastic chance. 68th minute, again, another Payet corner. Ball whipped in. Carroll sort of peeled off to the edge of the box. Got his header in. Free header. Cleared off the line. Another good chance, and again, we need to be making more of these chances. We didn't, and then in the 72nd minute, it looked, when I was watching it, it looked like there was a foul on Noble. I think it was Herrera. Looked like he maybe fouled Noble. Noble went down. Rooney picked the ball up, ran through, played it to Rashford. Rashford played it to Martial on the left-hand side, run into the box. Reed, it looked like Reed had him covered. I think he was trying to cross it. Martial sort of looked up, kicked the ball across the goal. I don't know what Randolph was doing. I like Randolph a lot. I think he's a good goalkeeper. He's fine as a backup. I don't think he's as good as Adrian, but it was a big mistake from Randolph. I don't know what he was doing. He was out of position. He left a massive gap at his near post, and the ball's just gone in at that near post, through between him and the post. And goalkeepers should never be beat at the near post. They'll always be disappointed with that. And all of a sudden we're 2-1 down. And at this point I'm thinking, here we go. Same old West Ham. Started so well. Didn't make the most of it. Now we're 2-1 down. And I just thought from then on there's only going to be one result. I thought we could ship a few more goals. Thankfully though, I was wrong. The boys didn't let us down. And on the 76th minute, once again, it was another Payet free kick. This time his free kick hit the wall, came back out to him, sort of composed himself, looked up, floated a beautiful ball into the box. Antonio's there. What a header. I mean, he rose up between two defenders. Bang, absolute beast of an header. Straight into the back of the net. It's 2-2. Everyone's gone crazy. The crowd's gone insane. I went mad watching it at home, and now you're thinking, hang on a minute, we could do this now. We could turn this game around. 4 minutes later, it was complete. It was another Payet free kick. Again, I said earlier, Payet's been getting a lot of criticism. His free kicks are really dangerous when he's attacking goal, although actually they weren't very good yesterday. But his corners haven't been great recently, and his delivery from set pieces hasn't been the best, but yesterday it was on point. Fantastic. It was another Payet free kick. Reed somehow got to it in the middle of the box, players all around him. Somehow Winston Reed got to it. De Gea probably will be disappointed he didn't save it. He got an hand to it but couldn't keep it out. No one cares. It's 3-2. Obviously I went absolutely crazy. The people at the ground, the noise just bam, took the roof off of the ground. Unbelievable, absolutely unbelievable. what a turnaround. Right at the death as well. Antonio got through, and you're thinking, oh, he's going to do it. He's going to make it 4. Unfortunately, though, it wasn't to be. He couldn't quite get through. Final whistle went, and we've done it. Absolutely unbelievable. We fully deserved the win. Man United had decent possession. I think they had the majority of the possession in the end, but they didn't really do anything with it. They only had 3 shots. We had 20. So as far as attacking chances went, we completely dominated the game. We fully deserved the win. We worked harder than they did. Fantastic, absolutely fantastic, incredible result. We could have had 4 goals in the first half alone. Brilliant game, and a brilliant send-off for the Boleyn. So moving on then to the post-game ceremony. Obviously, it didn't end there. They had, obviously, the section. There was, I think they said 150 past players and staff in the stands. They spoke to a couple of them. Great to hear from Cole, and he got his song sung. That was brilliant to see. Marlon Harewood as well. And they had another word with Anton. It was great to hear from them. Great to see. The old legends come out in the taxis that went around the ground. The old hammers of the years. Again, brilliant to see. Great to see some of them. Notable absences though. Jeff Hurst wasn't even mentioned in the ceremony at all. He wasn't there. Wasn't even mentioned. Which was a bit of a strange one. Also, what was weird was Billy Bonds. When they obviously announced Billy Bonds, and then they said he couldn't be there. It seemed to be quite a surprise to a lot of people. Apparently, he had trouble getting to the ground with traffic. He couldn't get through to the ground in time, so that's why Billy wasn't there. So that was a shame. I think it would have been nice to see him. Spoke to Di Canio. What a legend! Still, so you can tell so much passion when Paolo talks about the club. Fantastic to see him there. Trevor Brooking as well, of course. Again, a true legend. Trevor Brooking, so well spoken, loves the club. Although I thought he was, well, maybe it's his genuine opinion, but I thought he was a little bit putting a bit of spin on the Olympic Stadium, saying about how great it'll be, and if we want to move on, we need to go to the Olympic Stadium. It's like, yeah, all right, Trev, we know that, but this isn't about the Olympic Stadium. This is about the Boleyn. Do you know what I mean? So, it would have been nice for him to talk about that more rather than focus on the Olympic Stadium. But still, Trev does no wrong. It's fine. He can say what he wants. Then obviously they brought the first team out. Spoke to Mark Noble. What a guy! What a captain! What a player! I felt proud that he was our captain last night. Hearing him speak about the club. He's proper West Ham. He's a proper West Ham boy. He gets the club. He gets the fans. Saying he wanted to say a thank you to all the staff that work at the ground. Little things like that. It means a lot. It shows that he's not your typical full of himself footballer about, it's all about me. It's not. He knows the club. He cares about the club and the people that work there and the fans. And that really came across. And he might have taken some stick over the years, Noble. He might not be the best player in the world. He's had a fantastic season this year, but I was proud to call him our captain last night. I thought he was fantastic, and he spoke really well. It was great to see. And then obviously the last little video. They had the Cockney Rejects sing a song, which I don't really rate that version of the song anyway. Whatever, I let them get on with it. But the last little thing they had was Bobby Moore turning off the lights, and I thought that was a beautiful touch. Real emotion that got me there. That got me. Bobby turning off the lights. That was a lovely touch. And then just to lighten the mood a little bit, right at the end, after all the lights gone out, they did the announcement, Mr. Moon has left the stadium, which did make me laugh. I thought that was quite funny. So yeah, fantastic send-off. Overall, very emotional day. I decided not to go. I was originally going to go, but I decided not to because, I'll be honest, I thought we were probably going to lose. And I was happy with my last memory of the Boleyn being the win against Tottenham. I was happy with that, and I didn't want that to be tainted by losing to Man United. But in the end of the day, you know, the lads, they didn't let us down. They came through. It was a fantastic game. They got the win, and they really made me regret my decision. You know, I wish I was there. It looked fantastic. The atmosphere was incredible. You know, yeah. So I was gutted. I should have gone. Wish I'd have gone, but there you go. So now we're sitting in 6th place. Point behind Man United, 3 points behind City, and to be honest, this makes the loss to Swansea even more gutting. You know, if we'd have won, we'd have been guaranteed Europa League, and you know, we still would have been in with an outside chance of Champions League. And with Southampton and Liverpool right behind us now, I think if we're going to still qualify for the Europa, if we're going to get into Europe, we have to beat Stoke. We have to win the last game. So yeah, that's a massive game now. But you know, if we play like we did last night, I think we'll win. I think we should win. We shouldn't have any problems. Like I say, it just makes it even more gutting that if we'd have turned up like that against Swansea, you know, just Europe would have been guaranteed. Would have been in a much stronger position. But there you go. You know, that's West Ham. You know, we never do things the easy way. That's just the way it is. So onwards to Stoke now at the weekend. Last game of the season. Hopefully we put in a good result. It's not an easy place to go. You know, I'm expecting a tough game. A lot riding on it. I'm fingers crossed. I really hope we get into Europe. I'd love a European tour next year. Hopefully we take it a bit more serious than we did the Europa League this year. Obviously, if we do qualify, hopefully it'll be, you know, either in the group stage or the one before the group stage. So we won't have all them games beforehand. You know, I'd love to go to a few games in Europe. Be fantastic to see. So yeah, on to Stoke. I'm not exactly sure whether we'll be recording a podcast this week. I'd say we probably won't be. Hopefully we'll be back with a podcast next week though for the end of the season. So yeah, we'll see you then. Cheers.